position vector of a particle r is given as a function of time as r is equal to 4 sine 2 pi t. So we've been given that r is equal to 4 sine 2 pi t I cap plus 4 cos 2 pi t j cap. So if we are doing this in the examination hall, we should be doing like this. We have velocity vector is equal to 4 cos 2 pi t into 2 pi plus 4 into minus sine 2 pi t into 2 pi. So v will be equal to 8 pi cos 2 pi t minus 8 pi sine 2 pi t. Therefore magnitude of velocity will be equal to root of 8 pi square, sorry, root of will be equal to 8 square pi square, and therefore velocity will be equal to 8 pi. Right, this is how we do this. Yes, we did it in less than one minute. When I say less than 1 minute, I of course I do take down, because we are writing so much, and in the examination hall you will even write less than this, right? So in which case the magnitude is 8 pi, and therefore this statement is wrong. It is not 8 meter per second, it is 8 pi meter per second. Now let us try to understand the other options also, because you may ask, what if we don't find velocity? See, that you don't have that luxury of not finding velocity here, because the question says path, acceleration and velocity, magnitude explicitly, so we will have to find the magnitude of velocity no matter what. Anyway, let us now try to understand the question in detail. Let us try to explore each and every option. Okay, so what is given to us? R is equal to 4 sine 2 pi t I cap plus 4 cos 2 pi t j cap, right? In which case, what is x component of r here? It is equal to 4 sine 2 pi t. And what is x component of y here? It is equal to 4 cos 2 pi t, right? And when you add these two, what do you get? X square plus y square is equal to 4 square sine square 2 pi t plus 4 square cos square 2 pi t, and therefore x square plus y square is 4 square into, now we can take 4 square common, so what we get is sine square t 2 pi t plus cos square 2 pi t. Therefore x square plus y square is equal to 4 square into, what is sine square theta plus cos square theta? It is 1. So we have the equation x square plus y square is equal to 4. Now when we say x square plus y square is equal to 4, we can also write it like this: x minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square is equal to 4 square. And if you compare this with the standard equation of a circle, we have x minus a the whole square plus y minus b the whole square is equal to r square, which means by comparison a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0 and r is equal to 4, which means the given displacement is actually a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 4, which makes our first option correct, right? Now let us see the second option, which is about acceleration and velocity. So again, what is r is equal to? R is given to be 4 sine 2 pi by 2 I cap plus 4 cos 2 pi t into j cap. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write every step Okay, and break down every step, because so some of you may feel that I'm going too basic, because see, because this video, what I believe is they should help even a person who is trying to solve it for the first time. He should be able to solve it in detail. Okay, so I'm going to make it break down to multiple steps, so please don't feel offended by that. So if we differentiate this, what we get is 4 into d by dt of sine 2 pi t, and always understand when you differentiate, you need to differentiate the angle also. So into d by dt of 2 pi t I cap, right, plus the same story for the second term also, 4 into d by dt of cos 2 pi t into d by dt of 2 pi t, right? So what do we get? Sorry, this is not r, this is v, right? So what is v is equal to? V will be equal to 4 into, what is derivative of sine 2 pi t? It is cos 2 pi t. What is derivative of 2 pi t? It is 2 pi into I cap plus 4 into, what is derivative of cos 2 pi t? Minus sine 2 pi t into derivative of 2 pi t is 2 pi, right? So eventually what we get is velocity vector v is equal to 8 pi into I cap, sorry, 8 pi cos 2 pi t into I cap minus 8 pi sine 2 pi t into j cap, right? And what is magnitude of velocity vector? That would be equal to root of 8 pi the whole square cos square 2 pi by 2 pi t plus 8 pi the square sine square 2 pi t, and therefore vector v is equal to root of 8 pi square. If I take 8 pi square common, what else is left? Cos square and sine square. So what is cos square 2 pi t plus sine square 2 pi t, and therefore vector v is equal to root of cos square 2 pi t plus sine square 2 pi t is 1. So we get root of 8 pi the whole square, which is equal to 8 pi. So what is magnitude of v? Magnitude of v is equal to 8 pi. And here, what is magnitude of r? Magnitude of r here is equal to 4. Okay. So magnitude of v is 8 pi, and therefore we discuss the option D in detail. Now let us talk about acceleration. So when we discuss about acceleration, okay, what is r? Oh, okay, so let me write down these things once again. So we have got r here, right? And what is v? This is v. So we got r and v. So now I think you can differentiate directly without going through much steps in detail. So what is v? What would be the value of acceleration? So acceleration here will be equal to 8 pi into derivative of cos 2 pi t, which is minus sine 2 pi t into derivative of 2 pi t, which is 2 pi into 8 pi is 16 pi square, right? Minus, what is derivative of sine 2 pi t? It is cos 2 pi t, into I cap into j cap. Now what is derivative of 2 pi t? It is 2 pi. So 2 pi into 8 pi is 16 pi square. So acceleration is minus 16 pi square sine 2 pi t into I cap minus 16 pi square. Okay, if we take minus 16 pi square common, what is left inside the bracket? What we have is sine 2 pi t into I cap plus cos 2 pi t into j cap, right? So we got acceleration, we got velocity and displacement now. So what is displacement of r? Displacement of r is, we already found it out to be 4. What is displacement of what is magnitude of v? No, not displacement of r, magnitude of r. So what is magnitude of v? Magnitude of v we just found out to be 8 pi. And what is magnitude of a is equal to? It will be equal to root of 16 square, which is 16 square pi square, which is 16 pi, right? So now what I can write a as, see, I can write 16 pi as 8 pi the whole square by 4. Why? Because 8 square is 64, pi the square is pi, and 64 by 4 is 16 pi, right? Why did I write so? Because 8 pi is velocity, so this can be written as v square, and 4 is r, so this can be written as v square by r. So in short, acceleration can be written as v square by r. So yes, that is also correct, which means magnitude of acceleration is v square by r is correct. Now we need to check whether acceleration is along minus r. See, from this step we can say that this much part of the equation represents r. So I can write this as vector acceleration vector is equal to minus 16 pi square into vector r, or otherwise that acceleration is directed towards minus of vector r, in which case the second option is also correct, and therefore we conclude the question here. So this was very detailed explanation. I do understand for those students who are actually don't want this in depth, you can actually look only for the first 1 or 2 minutes wherein the problem is solved with exam perspective. And I always give a detailed solution to ensure that if a person has a doubt on the other options, they don't leave the leave the explanation being confused. So that's why I have written the entire explanation as explainable as possible. Okay guys, so let's move on to the next question.